What's up everyone, welcome to Stockton. It's a pleasure to meet all of you. On this channel, we talk about stocks before they start blowing up, say goodbye to chasing stocks at all-time highs, and say hello to making some money. So if this sounds like something you want to take advantage of, then hit that beautiful subscribe button and like the video. Now let's get to it. Before we get into the video, I have to say that I'm not a financial advisor. Anything I say is just my opinion and is for entertainment purposes only. Having said that, if I'm talking about a company, I'll let you know whether I'm personally going to invest in it or not towards the end of the video. But you should always do your own due diligence, so with that out of the way, let's get started. In the last video I made on BNGO, we spoke about a study that showed how efficient BNGO's Sapphire system is when compared to existing tools and processes that are being used today in cytogenetics. Currently, there are several separate processes that need to be carried out in order to successfully identify structural variations. So we're talking about comparative genomic hybridization, fluorescence in situ hybridization, karyotyping, immunohistochemistry, and more. BNGO's Sapphire system is basically disrupting the cytogenetics field because with Sapphire, you don't need to carry out these 4 separate processes in order to identify structural variations. So then the next logical thing to look at is the total addressable market when it comes to cytogenetics. The global cytogenetics market was valued at $1.5 billion in 2017 and is projected to reach $3.2 billion by 2025 at a CAGR of 9.5% from 2018 to 2025. I think this figure is misleading, and I think the total addressable market is way higher. So why do I think that? Well, right now structural variation detection isn't widely adopted in clinical environments. This is because you need to carry out these various separate processes which I outlined earlier, and these processes are cumbersome, inefficient, and are not industrial scale. Sapphire changes all of this, because now you can essentially carry out all of those 4 steps or processes in one go and produce a high quality genome assembly. So Sapphire makes structural variation detection possible at an industrial scale, which means that structural variation detection should now find itself being adopted in clinical settings. This changes the total addressable market by a factor of 10. The CEO Eric Comlin has already made his vision clear about the future of BNGO. He sees BNGO Sapphire being used in a 1-to-1 ratio alongside gene sequencing. So a 1-to-1 ratio would imply BNGO having the same total addressable market as gene sequencing has. So now we're talking about a $40 billion market opportunity. It's important to note that when gene sequencing was new, it wasn't used in clinical settings because the process was inefficient. It wasn't cost effective and it just wasn't industrial scale. But this changed with next generation gene sequencing, after which gene sequencing started getting widespread adoption, and the same will now happen with BNGO Sapphire system and optical mapping in my opinion. BNGO Sapphire system has made cytogenetics more industrial scale, and this will bring that into clinical setting. Now the next thing that I want to touch upon is personalized medicine. This is the area that excites me the most when it comes to BNGO. The personalized medicine market size is going to be worth $1.7 trillion by 2026. Recent developments in pharmacogenomics are anticipated to produce an appropriate medicine-specific atmosphere for one patient or patient group. Developing genetic databases could give the market a further boost. Therapeutic possibilities for use in areas such as neurological, antiviral, cardiovascular, pulmonary, etc. could lead to research and development traction across all areas. I think BNGO fits perfectly into this picture because even though it won't capture the whole $1.6 trillion market because it doesn't do all of the things that you would need to do in personalized medicine, it still would take some chunk of this total addressable market. This is because gene sequencing and structural variation detection will become a precursor to any sort of personalized medicine going into the future. So BNGO should profit off of this in the years to come as well. There is no doubt that BNGO has massive potential, but right now they've only solved one part of the puzzle. They have the technology, but now they need to sell it to the world and grow alongside the genomic industry. The earnings tomorrow should provide us with some useful insights on their future and whether they're heading in the right direction. I'll make another video after the earnings tomorrow, so keep an eye out for that. But for now, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.